New from Second Sight Films is 2002's May. I love this movie. I've always been a huge fan of it. Since I first discovered it when it came out, I have had a kinship with this film. Directed by Lucky McKee, his debut movie. He would go on to do some other terrific ones. We basically get Angela Bettis here as a character, a titular character of May, a woman who's had a troublesome childhood, who's just desperate for any kind of interaction with people, a friendship, a kinship, someone that she can just connect with, and just something she's never had before. And she really wants this. She is dealing with her job at a veterinary surgery where she helps aids in a lot of these kind of gruesome and bloody operations which are there.
Oh, that's good. Kitty leave now, yeah.
She has Polly, who's working there, played by Anna Faris, who at certain points becomes a little bit of a love interest because she's a little bit of a vixen who's always throwing herself almost at May.
Oh, no frumpy faces allowed in this place.
There is Adam, played by Jeremy Sisto, who has some of the most beautiful hands May has ever seen. In fact, she's infatuated with Adam, constantly trying to ingratiate herself into his presence, trying to kickstart a relationship, but she's socially awkward. She doesn't know quite how to act, how to interact with people on a more personal level, and she struggles to come to terms with the fact that things just aren't quite going the way she wants. She becomes overpowering, a little bit too unaware of how she's being perceived, pushing herself into situations where she maybe best not be pushing herself into, which I found to be rather endearing, because at the heart of this one you've got a woman that just wants that connection. She's got a talent for sewing, she's got a talent for many things, but just none in the social space at all.
Touch me. Touch my face.
Go on, Adam. Touch my face.
I think Angela Bettis is absolutely phenomenal here. This is an actress who should have been bigger than she actually is, because everything I've seen her in, she is outstanding, right up to a 12-hour shift, which I saw a year or two ago, which I thought she was terrific as the lead in this, and as the put upon wife and the woman. And she offers a real fragility to the character. You can see the fact that she is so petite, such a small frame, so kind of haggard by the world, but her enthusiasm to try and reach out, to talk to someone, to connect with someone is always there, but she just can't quite get the results that she wants. As the movie goes on, of course she's fracturing. She's in some wonderful scenes. It's kind of echoed by this doll that she has. There is a crack appears on the front of it. It's a porcelain doll protected by a glass case, and you hear the sound of the glass cracking. You see cracks appearing across it. You start to see these bloody images as May is envisaging things, and it goes to a rather bloody, unexpected, and almost tongue-in-cheek climax at this one, which I really appreciate, I really love. And the final sequence is it's almost perfect, I would say, in this one. May is a film that you do not want to miss out on. I think it is a terrific film about loneliness, about the inhospitable nature of people when you're not really attuned to connecting with them, how people will use you for things but won't actually try to help you almost assimilate into normal life. And May is just one of those characters that you just feel for.
May, what are you doing here?
Pushed, cajoled, manipulated, and at some point something's going to break. Fantastic film. Let's dive into the extras and see what there is in this disc. So here we are in the disc for May. Let's go to the extras. We have a commentary with Alexandra Heller Nicholas. We have another commentary with the director, Lucky McKee, cinematographer, Steve Yedlin, editor, Chris Silverstone, and actors Angela Bettis, Nicole Hultz, and Brett Roberts. We have another commentary with the director, Lucky McKee, another editor, Ryan Johnson, composer, Jay Barnes-Luckett, production designer, Leslie Keel, and craft services guy, Benji. Then we have the beginning of the additional material, which is a wealth. The Toy Maker, an interview with director Lucky McKee, is 24 minutes 49, talking about how all the connections he made in school, how he brought that forward into his first production, and a lot of friends worked with him. Perfect Hands, an interview with actor Jeremy Sisto, which is 11 minutes 23 seconds, talking about how he got the job here, his remembering thoughts of May. Blankety Blank, an interview with actor James Duval, which is 16 minutes 59 seconds. He talks a lot about the fun relationship he had with Lucky McKee, as well as a little bit of his career as well. How to Execute a Murder, an interview with cinematographer Steve Yedlin. Now this is 13 minutes 12 seconds. I kind of like this one as well because it talks a little bit about how we became good friends with Lucky McKee. In fact, all through this extras you see how everybody's being very friendly, how they all got together at film school and how they all worked on each other's projects. We've got Peeling Back the Layers, an interview with editor Ryan Johnson, which is really kind of fun because he's talking a little bit about how they all got the same start, how they were all looking to see who was going to make the first feature. Lucky McKee was the first of their group of friends, how they all came together and worked on the project, a little bit about how he got some of his movies, particularly Brits, started. Jack and Jill, an interview with editor Chris Silverstone, which goes into a little bit about the first kind of feature that these two guys worked on, All Cheerleaders Must Die, which McKee remade much later on. We've got In the Cut, an interview with editor Kevin Ford, which is 17 minutes 34 seconds. I kind of like this one because Kevin's honest about it. He's kind of like, we had an adversarial connection. He kind of made friends because he wanted to see what the competition at film school was going to be like. Blood, Gore and Rock and Roll, an interview with composer James Luckett. I kind of like this one. It's 24 minutes 8 seconds, and she leads a lot into the sort of friendship that they had, how they had bands together, how they just kind of ended up spending time together almost by happenstance, the goodwill they created amongst each other. We have From Frankenstein to May, Miranda Corcoran on May. Now this is all about the appropriation of a kind of Frankenstein tale, how Frankenstein films were, well, how they were first adapted, the kind of projects they were through, some of the mainstay ones. It's really interesting. It's a fun kind of look at Frankenstein movies. And we have Bits and Pieces on the Set of May, which is 14 minutes 45 seconds. It's silent, looking at behind the scenes images and recordings from the production. And that's the extras for me. In addition to that, you get a 70-page booklet and 6 collector's art cards, as well as a hard box case in this limited edition set. So there we have it. May, an absolute winner from Second Sight Films. I knew it would be. I knew the film inside out. I absolutely adore it. You want to pick this up. It's a phenomenal release, one that I could rave about for much longer, and one that I just, trust me, it's terrific. Check it out. I would love to know your thoughts on May, so let me know in the comment box below whether you loved it, hated it, fell somewhere in the middle. Can't wait to read your comments. There's more content up here if you want to see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.